This story is quite old now, probably around 6 to 7 years old, dating back to the time when Pratik was in his college years. At that time, Pratik was still a junior in college. Pratik was exceptionally good at sports, which significantly contributed to his popularity during his time in college. No one in the entire college knew the seniors as well as Pratik was known, and Pratik really liked this recognition. So, let's talk a bit about Pratik's character. Alright, Pratik is the kind of guy who doesn't like to socialize much. But since he is now a member of a sports team and is also attending college, he really has to. He's kind of forced to. But he's the type who likes to keep things to himself. He's very secretive and doesn't express much. Pratik enjoys a very normal life. Clubbing and going out aren't really his thing, he prefers quieter activities. He really enjoys being alone and exploring places where no one has been before. He prefers these quiet, untouched locations over crowded and famous spots that are often filled with tourists. He doesn't really enjoy going to such places, so Pratik is continuing to live his normal everyday life just like this. His normal routine is waking up early in the morning and getting ready for college. Once he arrives at college, he spends most of his time playing sports. After engaging in these physical activities, he feels completely exhausted and makes his way back home. So he has rented a flat. There he rests, has whatever dinner is available, and then goes to sleep. He has a very normal routine. So there was this one time when Pratik was just sitting up at night and couldn't fall asleep. So he's on his phone and opens Instagram. When he sees it, he notices that he has reached 1,000 followers on Instagram and acknowledges this milestone with a smile. This makes him feel a bit good, so he decides to put his phone down for a while. Just then, he gets a notification. Pratik picks up his phone and notices that a girl he doesn't know named Swati has started following him on social media. So Pratik tries really hard to remember. He thinks a lot about it and eventually realizes that there is no girl named Swati in his circle of friends, not in his class, and he's never even heard of her before. It feels strange to him, like, who is this? But as I mentioned earlier, Pratik is somewhat popular among his peers in college. So he figures, alright, she must be some random girl from college who followed him. Pratik ignores it and puts his phone down before going to sleep. A couple of days go by like this. He's hanging out with his friends, chatting. The usual stuff. You know, what do college guys talk about? Like, this girl followed me, I'm talking to that girl, and all that. Then it hits Pratik that some girl named Swati has followed him. So Pratik asks his friends, do you know the girl named Swati? Everyone seems to say, no, we don't know any girl named Swati. Who is this? Pratik says, I'm not sure, I don't know, they just followed me. Pratik says, alright, forget it, you don't know, I don't either. She must be some random girl, no big deal, nope. And this way the conversation gets postponed. So Pratik went to his flat late at night and randomly made a post online. It is done. He posts his photo, puts his phone down and goes to sleep. Suddenly he hears a sound. When an Instagram notification sounds, how does Pratik react? He picks up his phone and sees that Swati has commented on his recent post. She has used those fire emojis in her comments. And Pratik finds it very strange because typically, unknown girls don't comment like this or follow someone in this manner. Normally it's unusual for someone he doesn't know to interact in such a way, but this time it's happening the other way around with Pratik. He finds it very strange and unusual that a girl is randomly following him like this. It's not something he's accustomed to, and it makes him feel quite puzzled. She is randomly commenting without knowing him, so he doesn't understand and wonders if she might be a catfish. Isn't there a fake account created somewhere? Pratik thinks, just let it go, even if it's fake, who cares? My followers are increasing. Let it go, don't overthink. He likes the comment and then tries to go back to sleep, hoping to get some more rest. It's been about 20 or 25 minutes now. Pratik is trying to sleep a little now. Then he gets another Instagram notification, and this time it's not just one but 7 or 8 notifications all at once, making his phone go ting ting ting. It usually rings when a notification comes. Pratik suddenly wakes up wondering what's going on. So Pratik picks up his phone to see what suddenly happened. Pratik notices that Swati has liked all 25 of his photos. Not only has she liked each one, but she has also commented on every single photo with different emojis. Her comments include a variety of emojis, such as hearts and fire emojis. Pratik is extremely shocked to see what has suddenly happened, and he is trying to understand why she is giving so many likes and comments. It feels very strange to him. So he decides to go to her profile to check out who she really is. Has this girl been seen somewhere? He doesn't remember, he's never seen this girl anywhere. I haven't interacted with this girl, so who is she? And just as he's looking at all of this, Pratik suddenly gets a message. He opens the message and it's from Swati. Her message reads, Hey Pratik, Normally, I don't say these things to anyone, and this feels very weird for me, but I find you quite interesting. I would really like to get to know you better and be your friend. And when Pratik sees this, I don't understand anything. Everything is happening so fast. All of a sudden, there are likes and comments pouring in, and then a direct message comes through. So Pratik goes ahead and checks her account once again to make sure that it's not actually a fake account. He wants, and if we review the entire account, it goes way down and Swati has posted a lot of photos, including several from around 3 to 4 years ago. So it's quite obvious that this isn't a fake account. It's clear that her profile is genuine. So Pratik becomes assured that, okay, it's not a fake account. Pratik says, alright, if she really wants to be friends, there is no problem. Now that it's clear this isn't a fake account, it's fine if she doesn't like her new friends. When Swati is actually very beautiful, so you could say Pratik feels a kind of attraction towards her. So it's like, okay, we'll be friends, that's good, that's fine. So Pratik replies to her, hey Swati, I checked out your entire career profile and you seem quite interesting too. So yeah, we can be friends. And this is where Pratik and Swati's friendship begins. So Pratik begins to tell, in the beginning we used to have pretty normal conversations, but gradually as our friendship grew and we became closer, we started sharing a lot more with each other. What did you do all day? And what do we want to do? Moving forward, we started sharing everything with each other, and Pratik, who never used to be glued to his phone, always used to focus on his sports instead. Now he has changed. He comes to college and spends most of his time on his phone. When he gets time while playing, he picks up his phone to check messages, sends messages, and there were quite a few significant changes. Pratik's entire routine changed dramatically. Staying online all night and waking up late in the morning became his new normal. A lot of things changed in Pratik's life because of Swati's influence. And just like this, 1 or 2 months passed by. And during this time, Pratik and Swati became very good friends. They know each other very well. They shared everything with each other. So now the time has come when Pratik has started to develop some soft feelings for Swati. Pratik has been wanting to ask Swati if they could meet up. Let's meet up. It's been such a long time. We keep talking virtually all the time, so it's time we should meet in person. But Pratik never quite manages to muster the courage to ask, always worried that she might say no or feel uncomfortable. So the good friendship continues unbroken. While these thoughts are swirling in Pratik's mind, Swati suddenly asks him, Pratik, have we met? Pratik is very happy and responds, yes, absolutely, we have met. That's great. So they fixed the date for Sunday like this, deciding to meet on Sunday. Both of them are free, so it's fine. And there's a small cafe in Delhi, that's where they plan to meet. Pratik somehow gets through the week and finally Sunday arrives. On Sunday, Pratik normally meets Swati. When Swati comes in front of him, she looks very beautiful, and Pratik just feels like he wants to keep looking at her and not think or do anything else, just about Swati. Now it means Pratik has reached a state where he has fallen in love. He is completely head over heels for Swati. Now for him, Swati is everything. Pratik has become like that. Pratik and Swati meet, and then they have a lot of normal conversations. The end? This date is for 2 hours. After that, Swati says, okay, now it's evening, I will go home. Pratik says, okay, I'll drop you off. Then he drives Swati, but she ends up in an unfamiliar place. It's like a road with no houses ahead or behind, and Swati says, stop, 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 just drop me here. Pratik says, it's really late. Where are you going to go at this hour? And there aren't any houses nearby, so where? Swati says, oh, it's not like that. Actually, my family lives nearby. So if they happen to see us together, it might cause some trouble. So just drop me off here, I'll call my brother and he'll come get me. Pratik responds, sure, because I don't see anyone in front or behind and this place feels quite strange. It's quite deserted and it's already night. So Swati says, yeah. Don't worry, it's like this for me every day. Then the husband says, alright, I'll drop you off here and please let me know. Message me when you get home. Swati replies, yes, I will. And Pratik leaves from here. Pratik is overjoyed. Brother, he met Swati and their interaction was actually quite good and pleasant. They had a pretty good day. What does Pratik mean? He had been thinking a lot about meeting again, doing this and that and everything in between. So while leaving, then him behind. You know how you're thinking about all these great things and then out of nowhere something just hits you? So Pratik is riding his bike really well. He's lost in thought and all these positive things are continuously running through his mind. And then suddenly it hits her that, why did Swati get off there? There was absolutely nothing around at all. There was no place to be found anywhere either. There were no houses. What was the point of getting off there? Pratik wonders, man, will she be right? Did she make it safely? Pratik wonders anxiously as he tries calling Swati. He dials her number, but the call shows that her phone is either switched off or unreachable. Concerned, he tries again, hoping to get through, but the result is the same. Like sometimes when you call, the phone isn't even switched off. Ting ting. He leaves like that, doesn't he? That's how he goes. Pratik finds it very strange. Pratik drops a message. Hey bro, did you reach? There is currently no internet connection available and only a single tick mark is being displayed. Pratik feels really uneasy. He doesn't understand, but Pratik has no other option, so he leaves quietly. So when he goes and reaches home, by then Swati's message has already arrived saying, I have reached. Have you reached there? Seeing this, Pratik finally feels a bit relaxed knowing that the girls have reached safely. Then Pratik replies, yes, I have reached. Then their normal conversation resumes, yes, today was quite good. After doing this and that for quite some time, it has now become quite late. Swati then says, alright, it's really late, I'm going to sleep. So you should go to sleep too. We have to wake up and go to college tomorrow morning. The husband says, yeah, sure, okay. You go to sleep. Swati goes to bed, but Pratik can't sleep. He's feeling really excited because he had the chance to meet his brother today and he's feeling really good about it. For everything is going well for Pratik. So he's awake. He's just casually browsing Instagram. He feels like checking Swati's profile once more. So he opens Swati's profile. He's looking, and then chabo. This was back in the early days of Instagram. I mentioned earlier that this story is from many years ago. So if you used Instagram back then, you'd know it had a feature where you could see who a random person followed, who they commented on, and what they liked. This feature allowed you to get a glimpse into their interactions, making it easy to see their activity on the platform. Everything was evident in their activities. So Pratik carefully observes Swati's activity and notices that Swati is not. It's a peculiar post and Swati has commented on it. So Pratik takes a moment to check whose post it is and what it's about. Swati left a comment and then opened the post. Pratik finds it really odd and puzzling because the timestamp on Swati's comment shows it was made 4 or 5 hours ago. At that specific time, Swati was actually with him. He can't figure out when she made the comment since she was with him the entire time. This situation is baffling to him, as he clearly remembers that Swati was by his side during those hours. Confused, he looks at the post, which itself is quite strange and unusual. There's a quote in it, but it's written in such a way that Pratik can't understand it. The quote is really bizarre. Pratik tries really hard to understand it, but he just can't seem to grasp it. Swati has written something that he finds incredibly interesting. Interesting and an emoji, it's made a certain way, and Pradeep still can't figure out what it is, so he goes to the comment section. There are tons of comments. In that post, there are comments such as yes, some comments like, what the hell, and other strange and unusual remarks. Even in the comments, I can't make sense of this. One guy has commented, yes it will, and right below that, many girls have also commented, yes it will, repeatedly. The comments from the girls echo the same sentiment, yes it will, over and over again, showing a strong consensus. One comment is from Swati asking, yes it will like this. Pratik is completely baffled by what's going on around him. The situation is all very strange and confusing to him, but Pratik sees all the posts, scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the page to conduct a deeper study. Gradually, as Pratik continues his examination, he realizes that the page is very strange, just like that. It seems to be related to some kind of devil or Satan. There are devilish conversations, satanic rituals, and bizarre occurrences that you wouldn't find on ordinary pages. These are things that regular people simply don't engage in or even think about. So Pratik finds it very strange that Swati did. Also, all the posts have commented upon. There are many posts, but not a single one without a comment from Swati. And there are many people like Swati out there making all sorts of weird comments. Pratik finds this very strange. Pratik says, okay, I will ask Swati what this means and check if it's alright with her. Pratik says, no problem, don't overthink it. We'll just ask Swati directly. He closes it and goes to sleep. The next day when he wakes up, he sees a normal message from Swati saying, hey, yesterday's meeting was really good, so let's meet again. Let's plan to meet. Pratik forgets everything he read last night, where Swati had commented. He becomes happy that Swati enjoyed meeting him and wants to meet again. If everything is fine, Pratik happily agrees. Oh yes, absolutely, let's meet. So their meeting is scheduled for next Saturday. On Saturday night, she says, we'll meet up later in the evening and then we'll have a fun and exciting night out together. If you don't have any problem, Pratik used to live alone. Since Pratik lived in a flat, he didn't face any issues. He says, alright buddy, no problem. Where to do? Then she immediately says, I'll tell you, give me some time. I'll find a nice place and then we'll go, Pratik says. Okay. These conversations happen in the morning. Pratik then heads over to his college and follows his daily routine. A couple of days pass. Now Pratik asks Swati, "Beta, where are you planning to go? Tell me." Swati replies, "We both actually have one thing in common." Pratik speaks, "What?" "We both love to go out and explore new places. A place that might not necessarily be a big hit, but hasn't been seen by anyone yet, right?" So Pratik says, "Yeah, places where no one goes, no one comes. Places that do not actually exist often seem quite nice." "Really?" Swati suggests, "Why don't we go to a place where no one goes and no one is ever there, and we'll have the chance to explore. We'll find new spots, discover our own unique points of interest, and it'll definitely be a lot of fun." So Pratik says, "Akul, dude, it's better to go to such places in the morning because at night you can't really tell anything. You don't know who will come, who will go, what kind of people will be there, and since it's just the two of us, how will we manage? Swati will handle it, don't worry about her. I've heard of some places where actually no one comes and goes and it'll just be us. It'll be a lot of fun. Come on, come on." She starts insisting and Pratik can't refuse. Pratik says, "Okay, fine, must be correct. If you say so, let's go." So Swati tells him the name of a place which is actually a kind of ruined area with a lot of forest surrounding it. There's an entire forest surrounding it, and she mentions that we'll go there soon. So Pratik asks, "But what exactly will we find here? This is a forest. What will we do here in the middle of the forest at night? I didn't really get the point of this, so let's go somewhere else instead." Pratik was already feeling weird because we were going to a deserted place at night where no one comes. He felt very negative inside, wondering why we were going there. Going with a girl at such a late time is not right. And on top of that, now she's saying let's go to the forest where actually no one comes and goes. And we'll explore there, because Swati has heard a lot about that forest. So Pratik tries to convince her a lot that look, it doesn't seem safe. The forest you're talking about, is it right to go there? So Swati says, "Trust me. Actually, my friends have been there before you, and they had a campfire there, had a lot of fun, set up a lot of tents, and really enjoyed themselves. It was quite a nice place, so let's go ahead and visit it. No problem at all." Pratik says, "Okay, fine, let's go. If you say so, it must be good." And with this, their decision is made. Now Pratik is feeling a bit uneasy because he has said yes, but he doesn't fully understand how we'll go, what will happen when we get there, and the idea of going there alone with a girl. In a secluded place, he could not find some things in his mind as to why Swati was saying this. Of all the places, why the forest? So, he remembers that Swati was also involved in some of these things, and it wasn't Devil who set up all these interesting things. He finds some of this intriguing, so he goes back to that page to revisit it. He keeps looking, and then he notices that Swati has posted another photo. Pratik checks out the photo, stares at it, and leaves a comment. As soon as he comments, something clicks in his mind. He quickly takes a moment to check out the comments on Swati's most recent social media post. And he notices that there are a lot of comments from boys on the post, and none of these boys happen to be Swati's friends. There are no friends. I mean, usually when someone posts a photo, their friends comment on it, right? But on Swati's photo, none of her friends have commented. It's all just a bunch of random guys. Someone is flirting, attempting to get to know her better, or suggesting that they should talk or meet up. These comments are coming from boys of various age groups. Some individuals are in their 30s, some are in their 40s, some are even in their 50s, and some are really young, like 15, 16 or 17 years old. And upon seeing all of this, Pratik feels really strange, wondering why they are suddenly talking to so many boys all at once. Why do so many boys mean this way? Obviously, anyone would find it strange because Swati isn't a celebrity or anything, so why are there suddenly so many comments from guys? And another thing, none of her friends have commented. So, he checks Swati's profile again and notices that Swati hasn't posted any photos with friends or any third person. All the photos she has posted are of herself alone. All the photos that Swati has uploaded are solo photos, which Pratik finds very strange and unusual. Pratik says, "Okay, now some things are starting to seem weird to me." So Pratik is not understanding. Now Pratik has realized something, I guess. So the night after tomorrow, Pratik has to go. He has to go meet Swati. Everything is fine up to this point, and then the next day happens. Pratik searches about the place just to make sure, dude, if it's safe or not. Pratik is searching on Google. No information is available about that place, there's nothing. Consider it as a place that no one even knows exists. However, as someone keeps going deeper and deeper into it, they will eventually find an article. It's an old news article, probably from about 2 or 3 years ago. He clicks on it, and what he reads there completely blows his mind and leaves him in utter disbelief. It mentions that approximately 3 or 4 years ago, there was some kind of ritual taking place at that location involving some sort of cult activity. What is that? Or were they people practicing black magic or some strange things? They were in the midst of performing a ritual where, shockingly and to everyone's horror, a living human being was being sacrificed. And it's said that ever since that time, no one comes to this place anymore. No one goes here because of what happened. Such cases where sacrifices are made are not just 1 or 2, but rather numerous and frequent. In fact, there have been quite a few cases, though there is no concrete proof. Whether anyone has actually done it or not, the circulating rumors suggest that it has indeed happened right here. People who have come here have disappeared. Pratik is baffled, and his mind is blown by what he's seeing, wondering how it can be the same. Offerings are being made here and some kind of ritualistic ceremony is being followed. As he reads this, Pratik suddenly remembers that Swati also follows some page where strange and unusual things are happening. Everyone is writing, "All hail the mighty." Pratik tries to connect all the dots and suddenly realizes that something crucial is missing. Swati isn't into any of this either. And everything that's happening to me, could it all be part of a plan? It's not that Pratik is certain, but there's a nagging feeling in the back of his mind that something's off. Pratik is really scared now. He picks up his phone and tells Swati, "Hey Swati, we're meeting up soon and I'm super excited about it. So, what am I supposed to be wearing?" Pratik just asks this to know something. And Swati's reply is, "Pratik, you should definitely think about considering wearing black. You look very good in black along with a black heart." When Pratik sees this, he literally starts saving Polita because he remembers the time when Pratik wrote something. And Swati commented something interesting on that post and even added an emoji. This small detail sticks with him and he finds it amusing every time he thinks about it. In that post, something was written, so let me take a moment to tell you exactly what it said. The post read, "Our God loves black and red color." This was the message conveyed in the post. Additionally, below the post, you have the option to add likes, captions and other interactions by yourself. So that was the content written in it. In the caption it was written that red means blood and black should be the outfit. And right below it Swati had commented, "Intriguing." This was the post and now when Swati tells him to wear a black outfit because it suits him so well, Pratik is genuinely taken aback. He comes to the realization that the entire scheme, the whole intricate plan, was meticulously orchestrated with the sole purpose of trapping him. In that very moment, Pratik blocks Swati from everywhere on all platforms. He even goes as far as deactivating his Instagram to ensure she can't reach him by any means. Fortunately, luckily, Pratik hadn't given his address to Swati. So Pratik thinks that since she doesn't have his address, at least she won't be able to come here. He changes his phone number. He deactivates his Instagram account. He removes every single app through which he was connected to Swati, and in doing so, he tries to erase all the digital traces of their relationship. This incident, I guess, happened 6 or 7 years ago. Since then, Swati never messaged him, nothing at all. But even today, Pratik, that is, whenever an unknown person follows him on Instagram, the message is far away, even if he follows. Then Pratik thinks a lot that he will be followed. It means to message him. Interacting with anything, meaning engaging on social media, is something Pratik no longer does. So this was Pratik's Instagram story. Actually, this is pretty common. You all might not be aware of this, but these kinds of things really do happen. These are rituals, and there are a variety of different types of cults that exist. In these cults, sacrificing, killing people, and offering sacrifices are actually quite common. I made a video on my other YouTube channel where I discussed and talked in detail about some of the deadliest cults in history. All these things happened there too. But you know what, Pratik? I wasn't even aware that this kind of thing happens in India as well. I had an idea, but when Pratik told me, I realized Yes, this happens in India too. So to all the guys watching my video, if you ever get a message from a beautiful girl, be a little cautious, bro. Social media can be very dangerous and you never know who might be on the other side of the screen. A lot of bad things happen here and people get trapped in very nasty ways. Luckily Pratik didn't go that day. If he had gone, you all know what could have happened. The very worst of the worst could have happened. Oh, this was Pratik's story. I really hope you liked this story and found it enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any similar stories or experiences, you can share them with me on my Instagram account. I'll be more than happy to share your story with my entire audience and let everyone know about your amazing experience. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video and we'll meet again with another topic. Until then, bye bye and take care. And once again, just a reminder, don't trust everyone you come across on social media, okay? No matter how much research you do, the other person can be very smart. This cult stuff is common. It is very popular. Watch this video of mine and you'll understand. So yeah, just be careful. Alright, take care.